Hey folks, today is a good day. It's a good day because I'm on a cruise ship floating through the Mediterranean. One of the things they have here is a lot of food. One of the favorite foods here in the Mediterranean is paella. And we're lucky, today is paella day here on the cruise ship. I thought we'd get some of it to try on board, and then try to make it back at home. That's good. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we made it back from our Mediterranean cruise. We had a great time and ate a lot of really good food. Not only did I get to have paella on the cruise ship, but we stopped over in Barcelona, Spain, and I had some of the best paella I think that's ever been made. The place we found to have it, we had to visit a couple times because it was so good. Well, since I got home, I've decided to take a little deeper look at paella and what it takes to make a real good traditional paella. What I found out is in Wisconsin, it's going to be a little hard to make really traditional paella. So I'm going to add a couple little twists, and I think I'm going to make some really good Midwest paella. For today's paella, I'm going to make a chorizo and chicken paella. The traditional paella is usually made with chicken and rabbit. I do have a few rabbits running around the neighborhood, but we'll let them play out there. So today I'm going to be making a chicken and chorizo paella. Chorizo is a pretty traditional Spanish sausage. Unfortunately, I can't get any of the Spanish chorizo around by me. I can get Mexican chorizo, so that's what I'm going to be using. The difference is Spanish chorizo is a cured meat. It's a cured meat sausage. The Mexican chorizo is a fresh sausage. The flavors are similar, so we're going to go with the Mexican chorizo, the stuff I can get around by me. The key to a good paella is the rice. Typically, we'd like to have a nice short grain Spanish rice like bomba rice. Unfortunately, here in the Midwest, you can't find it. Or if you can, it's in some specialty shop, or you have to order it online. We can get arborio rice though. It's sort of a short grain, medium grain rice, and it's a good substitute in a paella. So for our Midwest paella, I'm not going to be making a seafood paella. Well, there's no seas around me here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, but I do have chorizo sausage and chicken. And because I can't get the short grain Spanish bomba rice, I'm going to be using arborio rice, which is going to do just great. So our Midwest paella, I think is going to turn out pretty good. I'm going to cut up some chicken thighs here. I've deboned them and took the skin off, and I'm actually making some stock with that skin and bones. So chopping up these chicken thighs now, and I'm going to season them with smoked paprika and let them sit for about an hour or so. Smoked paprika, one of the key flavors in a good paella, and it gives it a really nice color. Okay, while the flavors marinate in this chicken a little bit, I'm going to chop up some onions and some garlic. Chopping up some peppers here. These are not spicy peppers by any means. This has a nice little flavor, some color, and a little bit of texture. I think I have everything ready to go. I have my chicken chopped up. It's been marinating with that smoked paprika for a while. Got some chorizo sausage. I chopped up some onions and some garlic and some peppers. I have a little bit of tomato. Got some frozen peas I'm going to put in there. And of course I got my rice ready to go. The last thing I need to do is add a little special spice to this chicken stock. And that special spice I'm going to be adding is saffron. Probably the world's most expensive spice here. Don't let Patty know I bought this stuff. I'm going to put a nice little pinch in there. Grind it up a little bit. This is optional, but a lot of good paellas have saffron in it, so I'm going big time with the saffron. Okay, let's start putting this paella together. Olive oil. Normally it'd be really good to have an actual paella pan. Of course, I don't have one, but a nice flat bottom, pretty large skillet works. If you have a nice big cast iron, that would also work good too. We're going to start by cooking up the chorizo and the chicken. After this gets browned up a little bit, we'll remove it from the pan and then start adding our other ingredients, and then return the meat a little bit later. Okay, this has been going for about 5 minutes and it's looking done. I think I'm going to remove it now, and then we'll start sauteing our onions and garlic. Now that's a lot of garlic. I may have overdone it with the garlic, but you know what? That's okay. Give that a few minutes to soften up a bit. Time to add the peppers. Again, those aren't spicy peppers. They're just like little bell peppers, sweet peppers. We'll let that soften a bit. Now some tomatoes. You can use fresh tomatoes. I chose to use Rotel tomatoes. They do have some chilies in there, so that will add a little bit of spice to it, but not very much. All right, now I'm going to put the rice in. I'm going to move the vegetables over just a bit and pour my rice right in here. I'm going to toast it just a little bit. This arborio rice is usually used for risottos. We're not making a risotto. We don't want a creamy rice texture. We like a nice firm rice texture. So we're going to toast this a little bit, get a little bit of crunch on it. And then once we add the liquid in here, we're really not going to be moving this around at all, because we don't want this rice to break down at all. Time to add our chicken stock with a little bit of saffron in it. That saffron's going to give a little sweet, floral, earthy flavor to it. Mix it around a bit. And we'll add all of our meat into there. I have the heat set to about a medium high. I'm going to let this cook untouched for the next 10 minutes. And again, we don't want to stir this around at all. We want that rice to be nice and firm. I see that this is boiling a little too hard. I'm going to turn the temperature down just a bit. We don't want a hard boil on this, just a nice simmer. Okay, 10 minutes have passed. I am now going to add some frozen peas to this. Not going to mix them in, just going to put them on top. If you have fresh peas, that would be even better. I'm going to let this simmer for another 5 to 10 minutes. We want to make sure all the liquid's absorbed. Okay, another 6 minutes have gone by. I don't see any more liquid on here, so I think we're done. This simmered for about 18 minutes. Now what I'm going to do is turn the heat up to develop a crust on the bottom, something called sakura. That's where the starches in the rice burn just a little bit and get a little bit crispy. So we're going to turn this up for 2 minutes, and then that sakura will get developed. Okay, 2 minutes are up. I'm going to turn the heat off, cover this, and put this off to the side, off the burner for about 5 minutes. Beautiful. This looks amazing. Paella. It's not that difficult of a dish to make. It takes a little prep time. Here in the Midwest, we have all the ingredients to make a pretty darn good paella. I think it's time to give it a try. I want to try to get the perfect bite. Of course, there's rice, a little bit of meat, some peppers, some tomatoes. Let's give it a try. Wow. This is comfort food. Wow. The smokiness of that paprika is coming out. When you get a little taste of that burnt char on the bottom, that really takes it over the top. If you're interested in making paella, I will have the recipe that I used in the description. But there's all sorts of different ways you can make this. If you're near fresh seafood, I would suggest making a seafood paella. The chorizo adds a nice little salty kick to this. And those peas add a little pop, just a little bit of a crunch to it. This is a winner. A home run. I certainly am glad I decided to try to make this paella. When I saw it on the ship and I gave it a try, I thought, this might be a really good thing to make. It just so happens we're in the Mediterranean, actually Barcelona, Spain, where I believe I tasted the world's best paella. Mine? Maybe second best. Hey, I had a really good day. Hope whatever you guys are doing, you're also having a good day. And remember, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, comment below, like this video, do all those cool things. It really helps me out. See you next time.